vegetation. And look at this, we're losing pretty much all our vantage point of the flames. The smoke continues to billow into the air. Let's go to our news chopper 4. We believe we've established signal with them now. Julia Dang overhead on the way to cover this new flare-up. Julia, this is just so alarming to watch.
Yeah, Jonathan, we're back with you now. This is terrifying, and this is deja vu. I mean, we were here about 24 hours ago over this same mountaintop, showing you how the flames were quickly creeping up the hill toward these towers, and now you can see this dark smoke obscuring these towers on Mount Wilson, right by the observatory. And talk about hitting close to home. News Chopper 4 is currently dialed into one of these towers. This is critical communications infrastructure impacting millions of people across Los Angeles County. And we just heard this morning during that live press conference from the LA County Public Works Director about how other critical infrastructure has already been, in his words, significantly damaged. He talked about transportation, sewer, and power infrastructure. And the issue there isn't just fire. He talked about heat. He talked about wind. And speaking of wind, Jonathan, you lost me earlier when you guys were trying to toss to me for a live report because we hit a patch of really bad turbulence. Worse than anything we experienced yesterday when we were flying to the Palisades fire. Worse than anything we experienced here when we were trying to come down from 11,000 feet to about 2,000 feet. You remember that? I was telling you I could not control the joystick on my camera. And it's because of that turbulent wind that air tankers actually cannot fly here right now. I heard you talking about fire retardant that was dropped a short time ago, but 15 minutes ago, the LA City Fire Department said they were releasing all of their fixed wing aircraft in this area because they cannot fly in this kind of turbulence. So without that FOS check, without that retardant to help hold the line, this is now what we are seeing. And Jonathan, alarming, terrifying. This is
4104.
No, it's
4125 Alpha on
command.
And
fire
head down to Chevron.
Content with the kind of progress they had made yesterday on the
Operation
fire, only to see this kind of flare-up. We want to pass along some information. We can hopefully bring back our Chief Sam, our fire expert here. This is reportable here from our engineer at Mount Wilson that they firefighters, Chief Sam, you know, they're saying that they're letting a lot of this fuel burn, and that hopefully firefighters will be able to go in and still protect the structures and towers that are up there. We also confirmed that helicopters are coming in, but that air tankers, you know, the ones that would do any kind of retardant drop, those have been grounded. But can you help us understand that, you know, how firefighters are kind of letting that brush kind of burn around this area in hopes that the fire will kind of put itself out in some places?
Yeah, they may have went in and treated some fire retardant. I don't know, but they need to burn some of this fuel off.
Tanker 55V1 guide.
What's the lesson that drops or FOS check fire retardant drops on these towers?
Operations Branch 5 when you have a moment.
Damage and putting those completely out of service just from what we use to fight these fires or slow these fires down. So fixed-wing aircraft, I could see right now, you know, that would be awfully hard to bring that in just due to the winds and, of course, the
Water Tender 272,
wingspan of the planes, even the rotary aircraft. So this is just going to be a little bit of a
Branch 5 operations. Go ahead with your traffic.
Just pray that you know, they
envision Mike as well as Juliet. If we can get LE to help us out with the civilian traffic, it's starting to impede progress for the starts that we're having.
Come up very quickly. All
right, give us some specific areas.
Unpredictable. I think Southern Californians need to
Sunset Boulevard and all the outer lying streets.
Happen very
LE at the intersection of Sunset Boulevard and PCH are allowing people to come in.
And we could, you know, expect the unexpected just like this.
Okay, I copy that, and we have a partial solution for your surge. We have an Alpha strike team from out of state. However, they cannot engage in wildland, cannot engage in perimeter control, but you can surge them in and utilize them for structure protection or structure
be prepared.
suppression
Have a ready, set, go
on
for
these
documents,
issues that they're having, but they don't have wildland PPE.
laptop, ready to go if you're asked to evacuate.
Bring them. I have a 3-story apartment complex
work,
that's lighting up.
Have that because you may not get back home.
A copy. Give me a location.
Evacuate, please do
And
so.
who they're directly going to be in contact with.
Problem. Together, I always say this.
They'll report to Sunset Boulevard, across the PCH.
And together, we'll get through
Division
this
Mike
safely.
on CDF TAC
I
29.
need everybody's cooperation.
No, without question. As
Yeah, you were either
continue
walked
live
on
coverage
or
here, it is just
you're
after
totally unreadable.
11:30. We want to let you know we are in continuing coverage in our
They'll report to
49 now.
PCH
We've been on
and
the
Sunset
air since
Boulevard.
11 o'clock Tuesday. You are watching KNBC
Reporting
TV as
to
we continue our
Division
coverage
Mike,
of the Eaton fire
TAC 29.
burning above the hills now of Altadena. This is the
PCH
Mount
and
Wilson
Sunset
Observatory
Division Mike,
area,
TAC
and we're
29.
continuing
Copy.
our coverage of the Palisades fire that it continues to burn homes. We are not out of the woods by any stretch. I'm looking at a shot from our Julia Dang up at News Chopper 4, which she seems to be pointing at an aircraft. We can only assume she's pointing at a firefighting aircraft, though it's tough to see right now. And then the shot on your right, that is the Mount Wilson Observatory site, but it's also the site of several TV towers for all the local TV stations who are using these towers right now, including us, to bring you this type of live coverage. And the fire is threatening our tower. We have a camera, several cameras attached to that tower. That is what you're seeing being controlled by our News Operations Center right now. In fact, that building there down below is our NBC building attached to our tower. You see how close the flames are right now. And if our News Operations Center, if NOC can hear us, if we can pan the camera up, we did see, Camilla, some firefighters there on the ground. It looked like they had established some sort of base camp. There were several vehicles and firefighters standing by. They did not seem to be in any kind of urgent mode, if you would, that we typically see with firefighters. We also saw fire crews driving around this area. And right here, as we tilt the camera up, that's where they are. You see several fire engines and trucks and workers. We also understand that there are engineers and other types of potential observatory workers up at this area. This is a tourist destination. There's a visitor center just off to the left here where those fire trucks are, but we don't anticipate there are any people out there because the Angeles National Forest has been closed.
That's right, and as we reported earlier from our engineer at Mount Wilson, that they're purposely letting a lot of this burn to burn off the fuel. Again, it all plays a role with the conditions right now, and the next steps
Check your mic. Check your mic.
As we wait for water drop support.
Branch 5 operation.
Jonathan.
Yeah, as we continue to watch these two shots.
All units be advised, open mic on command channel V1. All units check your radios for an open mic on V1.
At the base of them. And it looks like there may be some people, if our NOC camera operators can tilt up. There looks like, there's some firefighters there right at the base of one of the towers, just at the